Good afternoon from Area 51 Raceway. Today we're going to do some scratch-built tray interiors. Come join us. Good afternoon from Area 51 Raceway. Today we're going to talk about doing interiors. Interiors for your scratch-built cards. So for the purple Pontiac here that we're still working on and doing an interior. And basically this is the interior for it. It's just the roll bar and I put a dash on it like. And I'm going to show you how to do this. This is really a simple thing to do. It doesn't take much and the materials are very, very inexpensive. So with that being said, I'll exactly tell you what you need to have, which is really cheap and not very expensive. Of course, the tray is a for sale sign. Get these at Walmart, like under 99 cents for one. Get a bunch of them and you cut this out to the size of the tray, make a tray for the car. You could use plastic strut, a little bit thicker if you want, but this is actually nice. It's flexible, and ideally I think this is the best thing to use. If you're doing 1/32, you could use playing cards also. Playing cards are a real good size, and they work as well too for 1/32 builds, which we will do on this Buick that I'll be doing next. A different kind of paint job on that as soon as I get the paint. So for sale sign would be your base here. This right here, the tray, and then the dashboard was basically a popsicle stick, and the popsicle stick, as you can see right here, that's what this is. And I could decorate that with but that's what I use. Cut it down, fit it to size, and of course popsicle sticks are cheap. Get a package of popsicles and eat them for dessert, or give them to your kids or whatever, and you could get the popsicle sticks or whatever kind of ice cream you want to choose. Now, how I did the roll bar part was really even more simpler, and what it was a Q-tip. Now, these Q-tips are from Walmart. They're cotton swab, 300 count from cotton. And what's nice about these is that these are actually plastic, and it's a plastic hollow tube. So I'm going to snip this, and there it goes. And you're going to see it's a plastic hollow tube. And what I've done was basically I've got this and kind of fit it and cut them down to where I needed them, kind of measure them, how far they needed to go. Of course, they fly all over the place when you clip them. And size it up for the interior and just make them work. And it didn't take too much to do, to be honest. It's very simple. And then what I used was UV glue to hold them in place. And then I painted it. And that's pretty strong. Should be fine. Shouldn't be an issue. There's small plastic. You won't need super glue. And all I did was just basically just got my bar and just kind of used the, I would just say it. Let me go over here with this. I used the, the UV glue, poured some on there, hit it with the light, and then it's fine. It sticks and you build it. One thing you want to make sure is that you're measuring the inside of your interior to see how tall you need to go. And for this car, I went a centimeter, I believe a centimeter, a little over a centimeter and a half. And believe it or not, it fits in there perfectly. Now, how I had the driver also to make sure he's in the right position was that, and I have my driver up there, I got to paint him, was that I put blue tape and taped him on there and then put it in the car to see what position he would be at. And if he was in the position I need him to be, I would take this tray out. This is the first thing I did, and then draw a small outline of the driver, and then I would basically, and I'll show you, done the outline. And what I did was, when I did the outline of the driver, I took the head off, and then I drilled a little hole. So now I get the driver in a position where he's going to be where he needs to be when he's in the car. And plus you got that dash that kind of looks like, you know, it's part of the steering wheel's coming up because it's got its own steering wheel on it that hangs onto it. And these are Rusket drivers. They come from Electric Dreams. This is just the torso. You have to buy them separately. And then you buy the head. They're about basically under $10 or about $10. I can't remember if it was $2.99 and then $3.99. It's really cheap, not very expensive. And what I did was I drilled a hole into the driver's neck. And why I did that was that when you make your tray interior, and you can see right there's a hole, you use these Slotting Plus screws, which there are on Slot Car Corner, and then I used a drill bit, which is, the size was 1.5 millimeters. It's about 1.5, and it's moving around now because I don't got that, but it's 1.5 is what I did, and maybe less, around 1.5. And I drilled into the neck of the driver, and then I got the screw and made sure it went there flush with the neck. And the reason why I do this is because the driver being glued on here, and I've had this happen, is the car will take an impact and then the glue will dislodge and then the driver will pop out and you have a driver dancing around in there. Not a good thing. So what I did was I put a small hole there, and that's why I cut out my, you know, did my outline, and then I put the hole, the little drill bit size, drilled this tiny hole, and this is plastic so you can poke it real easily, and that's where I knew my driver was going to be. And then he's going to be secured on this end with a screw so he can't go anywhere, and then you can put a little glue if you want there where for more reinforcement, but the screw should be enough, and you have your driver secured. Now when you get this interior done, obviously see how this kind of gooped up a little. I'm going to get better at this. I just need to practice more and more. And oh, that cracked there, so we'll have to take care of that. So it, you know, it worked out to where I was able to do it and get it done. And then what you do is you could go ahead and stick your tray interior and position it, and there's your roll bar inside your car. And those Q-tips are excellent. They look really good. They really are easy to work with. I think they're easier than the plastic trees. You can use the plastic trees, but it looks like the Q-tips seem to be a winner for me. And I think that's what I'm going to start using from now on. And of course, I've had these Q-tips in the drawer, and I didn't know they were plastic hollow, you know, tubes. I thought they were just the, you know, the material, which usually they are, but these aren't. They're plastic. So you know what? That's a pretty inexpensive thing to do. All you need is a for sale sign, popsicle sticks, and the Q-tips, and you can make yourself an interior like this. Not very hard to do. With more practice, of course, I'm not great on interiors. I tend to get better. I will ultimately, you know, refine this more so it's not so globby because of the glue. We'll have to see what my methods will be. But just wanted to show you that. Simple interior build. And then you could, of course, you know, do your gauge decorations. If you have like a small fire extinguisher from a model like a chrome one, you could glue it on there, or, you know, however you want to do it. And super glue should hold it on, even UV glue, it shouldn't pop out, but, or you could drill it in there too if there's enough room, you know, meat in there to drill it in there to put a screw to hold it on. So, and then how you do put this on the models, you use reinforcement tape, and reinforcement tape is like this boxing type tape, and you just tape it to the car here and here when you have it, and that's fine. You can tape it on the sides if you want a little, but you'll have your interior in there, and, you know, put the car on, and that's basically it. It's not very difficult. So again, simple tools you need, like I said, are for sale sign, some Q-tips, and a popsicle stick for the dashboard. Or you could use anything else you want. I don't know, piece of plastic strap, whatever you have lying around. It's just scraps and stuff. Household items, I mean, those always help. This is an inexpensive way to do it. You could use the plastic trees, like I said. It's no big deal if you want to UE those, you want to use those, you know, that's fine. But it seems like these popsicle sticks or excuse me, these Q-tips are really perfect for it. And again, they're easy to cut, you know, use the scissors or these snips and cut them, and you can see it's a hollow tube, and you could like edge them out, which I didn't do. And next time I'm going to do is just cut them at angles so that they kind of fit nicely on there, and use less UV glue. But, you know, it's inside the car, it's not going to be really super noticeable unless you get a little closer, but from a distance when this car is running. You know, there's a driver and a roll bar, but that's a simple way to build a roll bar for your scratch builds. If you're gonna go to the Winter Slam and all that, that's how you can prepare it. You can see I painted this with the 2X Rust-Oleum paint. It's already dried. It was about an hour and a half ago, so I mean it's ready to go. All I had to do is paint my driver, put them there, do a little gauge decoration there, and tape it up there, and your interior is already done. So that's it from Area 51 Raceway. Just thought I'd share you that interior thing right there. I hope, as always, you take care and have fun racing.